The hierarchical system that we have in the UK is absurd. This is the Houses of Parliament, the grand architecture, the history, the weight of power it holds. It's the symbol of British democracy. But democracy, at its core, is supposed to be about equality, about fairness. And yet, in this country, we still operate under a system where some are born to rule and others are born to serve. Some are handed wealth and power from birth, while others spend their entire lives struggling to make ends meet. I believe that all human beings are equal, not just in theory, but in reality. Yes, some people work harder, some people are more talented at certain things, but nobody is inherently more valuable than anyone else. Yet we live in a country where hierarchy, class, wealth, birthright, it's all taken as an unspoken fact of life, where we're conditioned to accept that some people deserve more simply because they have more. It's absurd. Some will say, but we live in a meritocracy. People get ahead through hard work. Do we? Because when you look at who holds power in this country, who owns the land, who runs the corporations, who sets the laws, it's clear that merit has very little to do with it. The UK is one of the most unequal countries in the developed world. The wealthiest 1% hold more than 230 times the wealth of the bottom 10%. And the vast majority of those at the top, they were already at a massive advantage from birth. Wealth isn't earned, it's accumulated. And once you have it, it grows. Not because you're contributing anything, but because money makes money. Think about it. If you're born into wealth, you don't have to contribute anything to the economy to stay rich. You can live off investments, rent-seeking, inheritance, interest. Your financial assets keep growing. But they don't produce anything. They don't build anything. They don't create jobs. They don't add to the productive capacity of the economy. The entire system is designed to keep wealth circulating amongst the same few hands, while the rest of society is told to work harder, be grateful and accept their place. That's not meritocracy. That's feudalism with better public relations, feudalism with gaslighting. We tell ourselves that democracy makes us equal, one person, one vote, everyone gets a say. But in reality, some votes matter more than others. Some voices are louder. Some people can buy influence in ways that ordinary citizens never could. The Labour Party, the supposed party of the working class, is bankrolled by several millionaires. One of them was even given a pass to Downing Street. The Conservative Party, bought and paid for by billionaires. When politicians rely on the ultra-wealthy to fund their campaigns, whose interests do you think they serve? And it's not just in the UK. Look at the United States. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, stands in the Oval Office giving a press briefing, while the President of the United States sits there quietly. Who's really in charge? Money distorts democracy. It distorts equality. It turns government into a private club where only the wealthiest get a seat at the table. The rest of us, we get to vote every few years and pretend that that makes a difference. And then we come to this place, Buckingham Palace, the pinnacle of British hierarchy. The idea that one family, by pure accident of birth, is entitled to a life of unimaginable wealth and privilege, while millions struggle to afford food and heating. It's indefensible. A country that still bows to a king is a country that still believes in hierarchy, a country that believes in deference, that believes some people are simply born to be superior to others. And what do they actually do to justify this status? What skill, what intelligence, what labour have they provided to earn their privilege? Nothing. They exist, and for that we pay for their palaces, We pay for their security. We pay for their lifestyle while millions of children in this country go hungry. But here's the thing. I don't have to subject myself to this system. I have no hate for these people. I don't want to throw them out. I don't want to execute them. I don't want revenge. I have love and respect for every human being because I believe in equality, true equality. But I do not accept the idea that anyone is above me. And the truth is, no one can force me to believe otherwise. You can imprison me, you can fine me, you can take away my possessions, but you cannot take away my dignity. You cannot take away my mind. You cannot take away my soul. You cannot make me accept a system I know to be false. This is something Viktor Frankl understood, even in a concentration camp. Inside, I'm free. And that's the real absurdity of hierarchy. It only works if we believe in it, if we accept it. What happens if we don't accept it? I'm not saying that people shouldn't be able to succeed through talent, hard work or creativity, but that's not the system that we have. We have a system where wealth begets wealth, privilege begets privilege, and power stays in the same hands. If we truly believed in equality, we would break down these barriers. We'd tax extreme wealth properly. We'd reform inheritance so that no one starts life with an unfair advantage. We'd make education, healthcare and housing accessible to everyone, not just the privileged few. Most of all, we'd stop worshipping the people who hoard power and wealth and start valuing the people who actually make society function. Hierarchy is a choice. Inequality is a choice. The absurdity is that we still choose to accept it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.